Brady Otter gets us started for the final round coverage of the 27th Annual Otter Open presented by Innova. Brady Otter with a good tee shot that finds the right side of the fairway. Following him would be Jacob Blair. Blair would start his round in 4th place at a combined 16 under through the first 2 rounds. Blair with a good tee shot down the left side, so we'll see 2 angles between Blair and Otter. Here is last year's winner, Thomas Tomaselli, started the morning's round off in 2nd place after a combined 17 under through the first 2 rounds yesterday. Lewis Bitney, surfer hair and bucket hat on with a line drive that takes a nice skip down the left side as well. But everybody came into this morning's round chasing the San Francisco native Mike Sale. Back-to-back rounds of 10 under par, both on the Oaks course and the Cypress course here at CSUMB, as these gentlemen played 40 holes of golf yesterday morning throughout the entire afternoon. And here they are, back on the Oaks course for the final 20 holes of the event. Here's a tester for Blair, cashes in the circle 1 birdie putt. Mike Sale, after hitting the cage, had this tap in for a birdie on the opening hole for our leader, staying with Sale. Just a chip forehand on this 240-foot par 3, the easiest hole on the course every single round. 2.33 the scoring average for this MPO field, nearly 7/10 of a shot under par. Here's a nice flex forehand by Lewis Bitney. The first 4 members went with the forehand. It was a backhand for Thomas Tomaselli. Last year's winner knows how to play this entire course well and utilizes his game there to perfection. It was 5 easy birdie putts and a star frame on hole 2 for our lead card. Staying with Tomaselli, high flex backhand on hole number 3, 367 feet, fits the gap to perfection, skips up to about 10 feet, and he cashes in his second birdie through the first 3 holes. We skip over to hole 7. Holes 4 through 6 gave our lead card trouble. They played it a combined 5 over par. But hole 7, a good get back, short par 4, 506 feet. It averaged right on even par for this final round. 7 birdies, 5 bogeys, and a couple double bogeys. Here's a patent pending approach from Mike Sale. Floats it up there to perfection. Bitney was left with a circle's edge putt, and he cashes it for a birdie on hole 7. Our lead card played this one 1 under par. Hole 8, just 185 feet, but Mike Sale had to deal with plenty of shrubbery and trees on his route for a birdie on hole number 8, the only one of the card in today's round. We take it back to Brady Otter on hole number 9, a 345-foot downhill par 3. He made simple work of it, as did Lewis Bitney, who willed that putt in on the right side chains, and Jacob Blair had an easy birdie as well. Over to hole 10, sticking with Jacob Blair. Check out this shot. Nearly cashed it in for the ace on the 304-foot par 3, hole 10. Thomas Tomaselli trying to follow the same line as Blair. Nearly does just that. It'll be a tap-in birdie for Tomaselli as well as Jacob Blair. Good work from our lead card on hole 10. On to the final 10 holes of the event. Who can pull away? It was neck and neck really between Sale and Blair through the first 10 holes. But as we'll see, Lewis Bitney starts to make a charge on the back 10. Hole 11, 391 feet. For mere mortals, you have to flex it through the gap on the left side. But our lead card has the strength to throw a hyzer up and around all of the oak trees. This hole averaged 3.04 on the day, but our lead card played it in -4 fashion, with Thomas Tomaselli taking the lone par. Over to hole 13, Mike Sale and Lewis Bitney both will have a pair of phenomenal tee shots. This hole, you got to hit the gap off the tee and then have it trail 345 feet down the fairway. Bitney and Sale able to do that. This putt right down the heart for Bitney. Sale with a tester cashes in as well. Over to 14 we go. One of the signature holes on this Oaks course, 345 feet, straight downhill, basket right behind a group of trees. Brady Otter goes around all the trees and makes the 25-footer for birdie. Over to hole 15, it started to become a 2-horse race between Mike Sale and Lewis Bitney. Sale puts the pressure on with a good tee shot there. Lewis Bitney takes the higher route, Wind was off the right, so he just lets the wind do the rest and sticks it to circle's edge. His putt down the hill cashes in yet again. Lewis Bitney really had the putter going through the early and middle stages of the round. But here we go. Bitney on hole 16, 281 feet. He decides to go over the tunnel and squeaks it to about 15 feet, but clanks the birdie putt. That was huge for his momentum down the stretch. So here we go. Final 4 holes of the 27th annual Otter Open. Who's going to take home the first place prize? Well, Mike Sale trying to put himself in a good position to do that. But Brady Otter fighting hard for that third place position between him and Jacob Blair. Lewis Bitney on the par 4 goes down the right side, plays it to perfection. Brady Otter went that way as well. So maybe the right side has a little something going for it, as these guys were 2 of the 3 birdies on our lead card. Thomas Tomaselli went down the left and also took home a birdie on hole 18. Bitney cashes the 15-footer. So here we go. Final 2 holes. It's a 3-shot lead for Mike Sale, but he turns over his forehand. That could get tricky in the oak trees, but Bitney also hit a tree early on his tee shot, turns over the forehand as well, and Mike Sale, eyes wide open, knowing if he sticks this approach, the trophy is all but his, and he does just that. But hole 20, 701 feet, it can be tricky. Mike Sale knows that. Last year, he threw it OB off the tee. This year, he makes the correction and stays inside the yellow ropes. Jacob Blair and Brady Otter fighting for that third place position. Lots of cash on the line. Good drive from Jacob Blair down the left side. Lewis Bitney trying to make something happen, trying to put some pressure on Mike Sale. A killer drive by Bitney, nearly the farthest of the day. Mike Sale could lay up here on hole 20, but laying up is just as tough as going for it. So he goes high, forehand, nearly cashes it. What a dagger by Mike Sale. Jacob Blair trying to go for it all, trying to get that third place title, but he finds the out of bounds, and Blair would finish in 4th place at 20 under, tied with Thomas Tomaselli. This is the shot of the day presented by Lewis Bitney. How did this skip forehand not touch chains? We're not too sure. He would tap that in for birdie, finish, and a solo 2nd place, but Mike Sale had this clean up for par, cashes it, takes home the individual title at the 27th annual Otter Open.